So, welcome again in receivables. Receivables is very standardized. The reporting as application area is very standardized, and everything that we look is also applicable to the payables. So, receivables in 4 years of business show the growth of our balance, which means our customer owe us 4 million at the end of the period, but we provide also the average receivables, which is the mathematically daily average on a yearly basis of our receivables. Then we have open or overdue receivables, which are already overdue. So it means if I give a customer 30 days, these 30 days, the payment is before that due date. But after that, they already are late in payment, and that's kind of critical. So that's why it's in the red color in showing that out of 4 million, 2.9 is overdue. This presents 73%. You don't want that overdue is high, because that is something where, customer go bust and you never get money back. No, payment terms are weighted payment terms, overdue days, how many days are they late, turnover in days, shorter the days, better it is, and also the same information about the movements of our receivables is turnover coefficient, and this means 365 divided by turnover in days. So if you divide 365 with 76, you get 4.8. Faster movements or higher coefficient are the things you want to have. Customer sales and credit, this information are here, and also it says if we see what is the increase or decrease in the balance, that is a net change. Adding or decreasing. Net change can be negative if there were more payments than invoices. Okay. If we go and analyze this increase, which didn't follow with an average receivable balance grow, we can see quite a lot of balance growing in the last quarter, probably because of additional sales, for sure, because of the sales. And this was not that strongly affecting the balance, but the average balance in this period, you can see here, actually 2020 started with 1.5 to 3.4. So it's kind of average balances, that's why it's lower. Month over month variance is, are we growing, decreasing, or increasing, or how fast? How big are these dips and ups here? So you see this up is quite big, and this is the one that you see here. Overdue balance by month and overdue percentage by month. Payment terms, overdue days, and turnover days on a monthly level. Customer table is actually pretty much same or similar, just sorting the columns with the customer table that we have in the sales module. In our focus now are receivables with sales information also here. Customer by date. Now the focus is development of our receivables and receivables overdue. And customer chart, the same as we have seen in the sales. Let's just double check because we do not see all information here. So let's just go into the visualization, into the y-axis and see the title here, receivable balance it is. So it's good to highlight this maybe like this. Oh, not the font color of this, but of the title here, like this. Doesn't have to be that big, but it's good that we have it here. Okay. Because it can be easily net change. It is easily net change to do. Also, when you see that multiple is not following the right, you just add another decimal place here. This is case by case, but we have done this. Receivable balance, this is not sorted, it's sorted by a name, so it's not a good sorting. Now we can see that these customers are the one that are on the top. So this is always like this. This customer just increase it. They are stable. Yes, you can see all this information here. If you put more period, the balance will not change because the balance is the balance at the end of the period. You can see this this customer will be always the same, but we have more information about the history. So previously we were looking into one part, but what is important is just the last dot, the last point in time, because that's how we sort it. Balance is 1 point. If we would sort by the net sales, as we understand, that's a cumulative value, then the period matters. That's clear. Okay, so these are some of the dimensions that we can filter. What we have in our receivables is aging, because when we say it's overdue, yes, it's overdue, but how many days overdue? Is 1 day overdue? 1 year overdue? Tell me. So the software will tell you, okay, this is the structure of your receivables. So in the Q1 at the end of 2029 was total value 1.2 million. And you can see the distribution of this receivable by date, by due date, as before due, which is kind of not critical. Customer don't have to pay yet, and overdue, which means, hey, why didn't you pay? And this is the value on what we call aging buckets, and these are the values here. So there was a 19,000 at Q1 2019 customer value. We can click it to see it. And this customer were owing us more than 2 years. You can see here, these are the customers and these are the values here. And what is important is to see the development of this receivable over time, to see especially where the highest value are moving to. So you want to have the highest value, a lot of receivables in the before you section, which is not critical. Customer do not have to pay again yet. But if this value goes down, or instead of being red starts to become a yellow, that's kind of a problem, because the longer you don't see your customer, less chances you have that you will get that money. It's kind of like that, right? Because why would they pay you if they didn't pay you in 30 days after 2 years' time? Maybe you have to bring lawyers or something. So that is the information that we provide. And in the first view, you just look before due and overdue. So that is before due and overdue, and that is information that you have like overdue here. But when you go into the details, then you're looking into what is the bucket that belongs to that value. And of course, also then you look into the customer or a customer group with the details. So that all information BI4Dynamics provide. So if I just go into the open details, who owes me money more than 2 years? So let's say this customer owes me money 2 years. These are the documents. Again, if this was too fast. So I have inventory buckets at the end of this period, like receivables are balance are at the end of the period. Good. So this is my total structure of receivables, almost 4 million, like we have seen. And this is distribution. Red is green is before due, and red is overdue. And if I click here, overdue 2 years, gives me the list of the customer which contribute 400,000. And if I want to see a specific customer, then I select specific customer. So this is specific customer with 2 year overdue, but you can see it gives me also the status of other receivables for this customer. So if I click this once again, okay, then I have this information for all of these receivables here, not just 2 years overdue, right? And at the same time, this filter is applicable to other members here, but the one that is pointing into the filter in the aging and the detail table is the one in this customer here. So it's super simple. from a very big picture, receivables over years, and whatever details you want to do on from the dashboard, you would go in here with few clicks and says, hey, who owes me money 90 days, or what owes us, let's say, Canada, this customer. You can see here, and you can see the document details here. Very simple. And the receivables by geo information. Okay, so you decide what this color means. So you decide also what type of style are you using. Are you using anything? It's just, playing around here. You have a area map, you can have a bubbles, you can have, anything here. So the data colors, if we look into what the data colors are, so we don't see immediately, but we see that the highest value is red and it presents overdue. Okay, so it means that United States are pretty much very red, not because they owe us that much, but the percentage of receivables is red. Is that the best way? Probably not. I think we would like to know also what is the size of the receivables. So that would be a bubble chart, would be better. So let's just try to get a bubble chart here. Do we have it? Map styles, is this under this style? Map style is not. Map style is what you have behind. So that's not the
you
one that
you select the other type of map on the
yes.
top.
I know exactly. Okay. Like this. So I'm just showing, like, if you go here, you will not find it. Even me, I don't get it immediately. So thank you for the hint. But it's, you see, you can have shape map, and this is only for specific country. Then if you would have North America, that would be fine, or like that. Or this one, or this one, or there are more coming here. So this is a better, right? So it says, okay, yes, it's a very red, but you see the bubble here is small. Canadian bubble is bigger. And you want to see only Europe, then you point out Europe and it will go to Europe. And if you point to Denmark, then you should have a Danish customer here. So you see there are a lot of visuals how you can do, and you can spend as much as time with the visuals so that you are at the end happy with the layout and information provided. Okay, so this was receivables and payables.